I'm working on a book that will come out in April. It's called Quantum Life. And I want to share with you something that I put in that book that I think is very, very important in helping us elevate our lifestyle. It's about a study that was done. It was conducted in 2007 with Harvard Medical School. They had volunteers in a lab who were asked to learn and to practice a 5-finger piano exercise. A neuroscientist instructed half of them to play as fluently as they could, sit down at the piano, try to keep it to 60 beats per minute, on the metronome. They told them to do that 2 hours a day. The other half were told just to think about practicing the piano, but to hold their hands still while they were playing the music in their head. And at the end of 5 days, both of the groups underwent a transcranial magnetic stimulation test, which allowed the scientists to evaluate the function of their neurons. Well, the test results showed that in both groups, the stretch of motor cortex devoted to finger movement took over the surrounding areas. It had expanded. The finding confirmed that numerous other studies showed greater use of a particular muscle caused the brain to devote more cortical growth to it. In other words, practicing rewires the brain. But the interesting thing is, those who had practiced the piano 2 hours a day, that part of their brain grew, but those who only thought about playing the piano, they did it only in their imagination, that part of their brain grew also. Did I make sense? Am I being clear? The people that actually practiced the piano and the people that only did it in their brains, in their thoughts, their brains grew the same way. So the implication then is that mental training had the power to change the physical structure of the brain. That's one thing. And another thing is that the brain doesn't distinguish between what's real or what's imagined. It responds the same way in both cases, and you know that. You can watch a scary movie and your body will release cortisol or adrenaline. You can watch a sappy love movie and your brain is going to release endorphins and serotonin and dopamine, those happy hormones. So the way you think has a physical effect on your life, on your body, and on things. We could go further and talk about how it actually changes things around you. I won't do that today. But the point is, I want to encourage you today, as I've done so many times, to change the way you think. Stop thinking that something on the external world has to change before you can be happy. You don't. That doesn't have to take place. Your brain will respond the same if something is real or imagined. Well, what happens then when we expose ourselves to 30 minutes of sensational news stories that are designed for the purpose of getting you jacked up? Or what happens when you spend 30 minutes listening to people complain and gossip and all of that? Well, the fact is your brain will respond or react to it just as if it was something that's really happening, the thing that you're talking about. So what I want to do is encourage you to create a different environment. The studies show that the effect of negative news on us can not only be stopped, but the damage can be reversed just by changing our environment. When I was a young man, I had a cause. Every other week I had a cause that I wanted to fight for. I don't want to fight anymore. Don't get me wrong. I don't mean there aren't things in life we still need to stand for. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying you need to, as the scripture says, you need to guard your heart, because it's from out of that the issues of life come. So choose what you allow to come into you. I mean, we've all experienced somebody saying to us, "You look tired today. Are you feeling okay lately?" And you say, "Yeah, I have been under a lot of stress lately." Well, we need to learn to not accept the negative words from other people, but don't do it to yourself either. Be careful about what you let yourself think, and certainly be careful about the things you speak out loud about yourself, negative things anyway, because now you're not only thinking it, but you're saying it, and both of those have energy. You're expressing faith, even if it's negative faith. And when negative faith has power in it, just like positive faith does. So choose to speak the words that will build you up and help you, and the words that will lift up and encourage other people too. I hope I don't sound like a broken record. I talk about this a lot here with you live. Maybe I do it because I just need to keep reminding myself, right? I know I need to hear it, and I can't help but think that if I need to hear this kind of encouragement for myself, then probably others need to hear it too. So here's the takeaway today. The things you think have the ability to create physical outcomes inside your own body, inside your circumstances, and even in the lives of other people when you speak them. So be careful about what you say, what you speak, and listen, very particular about what you let yourself be exposed to that's going to come into your mind and impact you. Guard your heart, because it's from there that spring the issues of life. All right, have a great week. I'll see you next time.